Hello, my dear students. So again, I have a very interesting question here. It's a data sufficiency question. So it goes like this. In a GMAT, the GMAT is scored on a scale of 200 to 800 in 10 points increment. What does it mean is that 410 and 760 are real GMAT scores, while 412 and 765 are not. Okay, so your score has to be a multiple of 10 in short. Okay, if the score is not a multiple of 10, then that score is not valid. Okay, not a GMAT score. Now, a first year class at a certain business school consists of 478 students. So how many students are there in that class? 478 students. Now question goes like this. Did any students of the same gender in the first year class who were born in the same named month have the same GMAT score? Quite tricky, isn't it? So let me list all these categories down here. So the category that we have is the gender. Okay, and then month, and then GMAT score. Okay, now question asked is, did any students of the same gender born in the same month have the same GMAT score? Okay, so it means that is there any at least two students who are of the same gender born in the same month and have the same score? That's your question. Okay, so now depending on this information in the question stem, let's try to identify each unique combination here. Okay, so assuming that there are two genders, okay, and 12 months, and how many scores are possible from 200 to 800? So 200, 210, 220, 230 up to 800. So I've already counted. It would be 61. All right. So what is this entire? What would be all the possible combination? So all the possible combinations are going to be, if you just multiply them, you'll get all the possible combinations. So that will be 12 into 24. Sorry, 12 into 2 is equal to 24 into 61, and that will give you, okay, so that will give you 1464. So how many total combinations are possible? 1464. Okay, from the question, whatever information that's given in the question stem, we could actually figure out that there are 1464 unique combinations possible. All right, now let's move on to the statement and see if we can reduce this down or not. Okay, so if you go to statement number 1, statement 1 says the range of GMAT scores in the first class is 600 to 780. All right, so that means the least score is 600 and the greatest score is 780. Now depending on this information, let's see how many combinations do we get this time. So again, I'm keeping the same thing. Gender is 2, months are 12, and then score. Now 600 to 780. Total, how many scores are going to be there? Okay, so if you calculate, you will have about, exactly 19 different scores. 600, 610, 620 up to 780. Okay, and when you multiply, then you will get 456. So 456. Now, is the statement sufficient? So you see the total possible combination, all the unique combination that are possible according to the information given in statement 1 is only 456. While how many students are there in that class? There are total 478 students. So do you see my point there? See, number of students are more. So let's say this is number of students, and all possible combinations are only 456. So these are all possible combinations, right? So there will be some student who will be of the same gender, born in the same month, and will have the same score? Definitely, because all possible unique combinations are only 456, while you have more students than the combination. So definitely there will be some students who will be of same gender, born in same month, and will have the same score. Hence, this statement is sufficient, right? It is sufficient. So our ultimate aim in this question is to look for the with the help of the information given in the question, is to look for the total possible unique combination and then compare it with the number of students. Okay, so this statement alone is sufficient. Here we can say yes, at least 2 such students are there. Now moving on to statement 2, let's forget about the information that's given in statement 1. So statement 2 says that 60% of the student in the first year class are male. Okay, so 60% of the students in the first year class are male. Okay, they are saying 60%. Let me be more, let's say, liberal, and let me assume, I am assuming that all the students are of the same gender. Let me tell you why. Okay, so assuming all of them are of the same gender, we are left with 2 categories. What are those categories? Month and then score. Okay, so let me do this. There are 12 months and total possible score. If you look at the question stem, I told you how many scores are possible, 61. Okay, so let's multiply these. Gender, I'm just saying that there's only one gender. Okay, they are all of the same gender. Now how much will I get? So I will get 732 here. Now remember, I have not considered gender. If I had considered gender, that 60% of the students in the first year are male. If I had considered gender, this combination, the possible unique combinations are going to be even more. Alright. So my point is that you don't need to calculate, because now from here you can quite clearly see that the total possible combinations, these are all the unique combinations that are possible. Okay, combinations are 732 and number of students are really less. Number of students are just 478. So this is student which are just 478, right? So it may or may not be possible here. Okay, there can be students, it's possible for them to have same gender, born in the same month and the same score, or it is also possible that none of the students have the same gender, born in same month and have the same score. All 3 things are the same. That is also possible, because combinations are more, students are less. Okay, so both these things are possible. We cannot arrive at a definite conclusion using this statement. So definitely this statement alone is insufficient. Okay, so first statement alone is sufficient, while second statement alone is insufficient. So option that you are going to mark is A. Okay, so first option you are going to mark as your answer. I hope this helped. Thank you.